I'm Tara.
And I'm Ashley.
Each week, two movies battle it out in a bracket-style competition to find the ultimate romantic comedy.
This is the Trope Report.
Hey guys!
Welcome back.
This week we have The Ugly Truth against Moonstruck.
The Ugly Truth is a 16 seed with a 14%.
Moonstruck is a number 1 seed with a whopping 92%.
And for this episode, we have our first returning guest.
Welcome, Brian.
What's up?
He's back. Cargo shorts are back.
Cargo
Shorts are back. Actually, they're out. It's getting a little chilly.
That's true. Cold weather is upon us.
You heard it here first. Cargo shorts are out.
How's everyone doing this fine evening?
Fantastic.
Okay, because I'll tell you how I'm feeling. I'm terrified. I'm scared and I'm shaking in my boots because it's gonna be a fight.
You think?
I looked at Ash for one moment at work and she basically alluded to the fact that she didn't like Moonstruck with one look.
I didn't say anything.
And if you don't like Moonstruck, we gonna be fighting. Brian, thoughts?
We gotta. We can't jump ahead. What's the order here? What are we doing?
I'm just saying. I'm coming in hot because I saw Ash all day today at work. And
okay, but to be fair, I hadn't seen the last 20 minutes.
Because she fell asleep watching it.
What the?
Yeah.
I was under my heated
How
blanket.
late was it?
I was on
How
my
late was
couch. It was 7.
What's wrong with
yeah.
you?
Yeah, something's wrong with her.
I was really comfy, and I did do a stationary bike yesterday after work.
For 30 minutes.
I don't have an I was out late the night before, though. Well, late for me.
Well, if you want to know the order of things, we're going to start with Ugly Truth. So, Ash, start us off.
Okay, I did forget to write a summary, but I'm just going to wing it here.
Whoa.
What the hell kind of a podcast is this?
I don't know. Okay, we've got Abby, played by Katherine Heigl. Can you guys let me do my summary?
Do it. I mean, I don't know. I put
You're
a lot of thought into
interrupting
mine.
me.
I'm just saying. 1 point for Moonstruck already.
Well, a couple episodes ago, I got in trouble for writing too much of a summary, so now we're winging it. Abby, played by Katherine Heigl, is an executive producer for a morning
probably
talk
just
show.
reading the Wikipedia or something.
I'm looking directly at you. Mike Chadway has a show where he talks about how
Is
where
that
he
his
advises.
name?
Yep,
Mike
Mike
Chadway?
Chadway.
How many movies is he in?
Gerard
How
Butler?
many movies is Gerard Butler in?
Nah, yeah, Jordan. That sounds better. That guy.
I don't know, like
He's in a lot of movies.
He's not in that many.
He was in like Year 3000. No, not. It's a
You want me to look it up?
Oh God.
Year 300?
3,000. You
The
mean
spoof of-
300, the movie where they fight in the war?
Yeah. And he was in P.S. I Love You. Ash, are you going to read your synopsis?
You guys interrupted me!
Ain't no hold up.
I'm sick of this. You know what? Tara did warn me that you guys gang up against people,
Yeah.
and now I'm feeling it.
Siblings gang up. That's just the way it is. We'll see.
We will
Continue.
see.
Crazy. We're off to a bad start, guys.
Look, I feel good.
I feel great.
I feel really bad. Alright, so basically Mike Chadway gets picked up by
All
Abby's
I keep
show.
hearing is Mike Chadway. Oh.
I haven't heard any other word.
That's because that's like you got me to start over again.
No, this is great.
You keep making me start over again.
No.
Go. I'm silent.
Mike's
forgot how
show,
to
The
talk.
Ugly Truth, gets picked up by Abby's daytime talk show because ratings are down. Him and Abby butt heads. And he tries to teach her how to finally land a man. Let's see what happens.
Fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
It says that on
Perfect
Wikipedia?
summary. I mean, we gotta ask, Brian, how did you feel about his show? Did you agree with
Yeah.
his sentiments?
Oh.
Please tell us.
Oh no, he's a bad man. He's a bad man.
The whole time, well, you texted
The whole time I was
dot.
like, this Mike guy, he's bad. He's a bad guy.
Tara was like, well, we really don't know how Brian feels about it. What if he is liking it? I'm like, that's
Because
your
all
brother.
he said was ...
Oh, but I didn't
Okay.
say how I felt about the movie. I just
Yeah.
said Mike Chat. I don't agree with his views. I back the W. I back the W.
I hate that.
So, what did you think about
I
the
hate
overall
that.
movie?
It was very interesting.
Interesting. This was the worst
Should we?
hour and a half of my life. It was like I was being strapped down and
Here's the
tortured.
thing. I kind
Yeah.
of fuck with the premise. Like, if he wasn't such a dick, if it was like maybe in high school she's having trouble getting guys, and he's like, you know what, you're pretty, let me help you. And
Whoa, why does she have
Does-
to be pretty? I don't get that.
No,
Bec-
that's
no, just
Ash.
to
You're
be like-
describing she's all that.
yeah, I
Okay,
wish
so
this
you
was
like
she's
all
that.
that. This
Yeah,
was
I do like she's all
outrageous.
that.
What's
Yeah.
she's all that?
That one
Freaking Freddie
he
Prinze Jr.
he
Oh, with the-
helps.
Nerdy art girl,
Yes.
big
Mhm.
forehead, butt pretty.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with big
Yeah.
foreheads.
She takes off her glasses and then she's stunning.
She puts on a red dress, takes off her glasses,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a smoke show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should we start at the beginning?
Yeah, let's just get into it.
Katherine Heigl works at a news station. First trope. I mean, come on. Any sort of
100%.
journalism.
She is so busy. She has no time for anything.
She's on
She's
top
a
of things.
workaholic, head of a
Yeah.
news station. Trope.
But ratings are down, and they need a Hail Mary to
Mhm.
bring these ratings back up. We see her go on a date.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. First cringe scene where I'm uncomfortable, but this is a typical romantic comedy cringy levelness. But I was still like, okay, could have made this funnier. She goes on the date and she's prints out
This is crazy.
talking points for the guy. She did a
Mhm.
background check on him and printed out his profile. So
Hey,
of course,
I
knock, knock, knock.
understand.
Brian's at the door. Is somebody gonna let him in? Ah! What was that?
That was the door opening.
Gotta hear it
I
again.
gotta get the hinges oiled.
Okay. If you didn't meet JC, that'd be you. On a
Ye-
date?
yeah, probably. Probably. But I wouldn't print that out.
You
I
know,
wouldn't print that.
tap water is
But
like...
you would not bring it on the date. That's
yes,
the difference.
I would do a background check, but I would not. I would not bring
I
it
would
and
not-
present it to him.
I don't even have a printer. Alright, so I definitely wouldn't be printing it out.
I wouldn't print it and bring it. I would do
And
a full
show
background
him.
check. Yeah, and I wouldn't show him. And then when he was like, what do we talk about or something? She was like, well, I print out these talking points. I mean, come on.
That's just crazy.
I know I'm psychotic, but that's crazy.
If you can't figure out what to talk about, the date's already over. So basically, the date does not go well. This
Yeah.
just shows the audience how neurotic she is, how over the
Yes.
top she is, how
Yeah.
particular and controlling she is. Okay. She gets home, and the ugly truth is on the television. He has
God.
sex dolls in the background of his show.
Really?
This is
that's not-
crazy.
I didn't even notice that. That's not even the worst part. Okay. He goes on his talk show and every line out of him is horrific,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
One of them, so he's talking to women what women are watching this and what women are calling into this nonsense.
Katherine
So-
Heigl. Katherine
yeah.
Heigl calls into it.
I know. Well, she's crazy, so there
She
you
accidentally
go.
watched it, though.
So he's literally saying to women, if you want to get on a date, go on a Stairmaster.
He said, if you don't want to be a lonely hag, get a Stairmaster.
Stop.
Yeah, I
And-
did. I did remember that. Hag. Very
Yes.
unused.
It was
these
weird.
days.
He's adding
But
it to his
maybe
vocabulary,
He's
people.
British or something, or
saving-
Irish. And
Mm.
then he goes, there's no 10-step guide to love. Like, don't bother with the books. There's only one, and it's called a blowjob. It is outrageous.
I don't remember that line. There's so many horrible lines that it all blurs together.
Yes.
But anyways, she calls into the show and she's like, that's totally not true. Like, I'm looking for this guy with these qualities. He calls her a lesbian and says she's never gonna find love.
Yeah. It was so cringe and so uncomfortable to watch. And I was like, if this is the first 10 minutes of this movie, how am I going to make it through? I don't know how I
Yeah.
did. 'Cause
This
it
is when
was
I
really,
texted
really...
Tara and I said I'm 10 minutes in and my jaw's on the ground.
Yes. Because like
This is
we
10 minutes in.
said, I have seen this before. This is not the first time that I've watched this. But
Yeah,
why
I
did I
used to
think
watch
that
this.
I liked this?
I
Was there
remember
a
liking
time
it
that-
when I was younger. When
Yeah.
I was little. I was
Yeah.
like, he's just a ladies' man, guys. He's just a dude being a dude.
It's so concerning.
The next day, they learn that he's gonna be the new segment.
They need those ratings, so desperate times, desperate measures. They're calling him in. She's pissed because she literally called in last night and was live on TV, and that's what they
Yeah.
use as like, this is who's gonna be on, and she's calling in on the station. So as soon as he comes on, though, it's skyrocketing. Also, the side people are not even funny in it. Like the news
I thought
anchors.
the anchors were kind of funny. That was my only like comedy
Ryan,
written down.
What?
are you listening to us?
Are you like
I just had
texting?
to. I just
or
had to send
something?
out
What's
one
going
text. I
on?
just had to send one text.
Are you
He's
kidding
texting on the pod.
I-
I can't.
What were you saying? I agree.
Okay.
I
You
don't
don't even
agree
know
with-
what we say.
We were
I
asking
don't-
for
I
you
don't
to
agree
choose
with
between
Mike.
me or Tara's opinion. So it's not even you could say you agree.
I don't agree with Mike. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Zip
Chadway.
it. Now pay attention, okay?
I didn't get to send it yet. It wasn't done.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Jesus Christ. All right. First you come on and you don't watch the right movie. Now you come on and you're sending texts. You're not even paying attention? All right, here we go. So anyway, desperate times, desperate measures. They have to hire him. She's pissed. And so as soon as he comes on the show, things are skyrocketing. Oh, yeah, and what I was saying is I don't like the news anchors. They weren't that funny. The
And I thought
side
they were kinda
characters
funny.
in this, I didn't find any of the side characters funny. And they had a little boy in this because Gerard Butler has a nephew, and even the nephew wasn't that cute. Usually that's the redeeming factor in these.
Nephew wasn't in it much. The anchor is the guy from Pitch Perfect, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like them as actors in general, but I didn't find their lines funny. This script was so dire. It was really bad. So things were skyrocketing.
So after his first show goes amazing, we meet Mike's family. They try to get us to like him a little bit more. We see
I'm not
that
buying it.
his sister's like a single mom, and so he helps to take
They're
care of
pulling
the
out
nephew.
all the stops to try and have him be a redeeming character, but it's not working for me.
Clearly the nephew's like watching this show and idolizing him. And it's horrible. And then we go back to Katherine Heigl. She meets the neighbor.
In the most outrageous scene.
In the most outrageous way possible.
I love outrageous stuff, but this is crazy. This was not good.
Yeah, that was a porn script.
Yes, right? It was weird.
I would not know.
Not that I would know. Not that I watch.
Not that I'm a daily viewer.
So her cat gets out. She's running. She's climbing up the tree to save her cat, which I don't think that's what you're supposed to do if your cat goes up a tree. But she's also ogling the neighbor through his window. He's shirtless, and she can see him now that she's in the tree.
He's a cute guy, but he's extremely
He was cute.
basic.
He does seem better than Gerard Butler.
Well, yeah,
in
that's
this
true.
movie.
That's true.
He's shirtless. He's hot. She's fallen out the tree and hanging her. Is she wearing a dress or something?
She's wearing a nightgown, and she somehow falls out of the tree, upside down, hanging by her legs, with
She's like,
her
help
grandma
me, help
underwear
me,
out.
help me,
Yeah.
help me. And he comes out to help her.
And what happens? His towel drops right in front of her face.
She pulls it off.
That wasn't necessary, and she's face to face with it. That wasn't a necessary scene, but you know what? They did everything they could to just make this movie crazy. She somehow injures her ankle from this, and he's wrapping her ankle.
We learn he's like an orthopedic surgeon or something. And he's checking all of her boxes.
Yes.
He's a doctor. he likes dogs but prefers cats. That was, like,
Mhm.
something she had mentioned before.
Mhm.
Checking all these boxes. He gives her his number, right?
They exchange numbers
Just in case.
somehow. Yeah. Oh yeah. His number
Just in case something
she
goes
needs
wrong.
to.
Yeah.
Yes. True. So then we go back to work the next day, and Gerard has a segment where two girls are wrestling in bikinis in pool of Jello.
In Jello.
Yeah.
That was cool though when he walked off set. I was like, whoa, this guy's freaking down there.
Oh, then he was on set, and then all of a sudden the set opened behind him, and then there's two girls in bikinis. So basically, he wasn't supposed to do this. Like Brian said, all of a sudden he's walking off set because he has this set up on the side of the Jello the Jello pool, right? So when Catherine sees this, she's like, she's in the newsroom, like, what's going on? What's going on? And then she was like, you know what? We got to roll with this because he is getting us ratings. So what does she do? But she goes along and says, lick their fingers. Lick the Jello off their fingers. Okay,
It
so
was
now
a bit of a flip your goddamn hair moment.
Yes.
That's
100%.
Charlie's Angels
Charlie's
reference
Angels,
for all
shout
you
out,
Charlie's
yeah.
Angels fans.
Do a
Ashley, have you
flip.
seen that?
Charlie's Angels, yes. Are you kidding
But
me?
she's not to the level that we are. I mean, we're freaks.
Whoa!
We're freaks for Charlie's Angels 2000.
That
mean
was
you're
a
freaks?
childhood movie. It
that
was
was
like
a
Cat in the
childhood
Hat,
movie.
Well, my dad and I
Cat in
watched
the
it a
Hat.
lot growing up.
Charlie's Angels, and Kangaroo
Kick-
Jack.
And Kicking and
Kicking and
Screaming.
Screaming.
And Pirates of the
That's
Caribbean.
Oh, I loved
That's
Kicking
pretty
and
much.
Screaming.
If you like want to understand us and our psychology,
Yeah.
just think about those movies.
Yeah. That
Mm.
basically sums up my whole personality.
Well, we were
Mhm.
supposed to be Charlie's Angels at work, and then Tara said, "Why don't we just be cats?"
Well,
So just
because
with Charlie's
That's as
Angels
basic
outfit
as it gets.
okay, because
plus ears.
she wanted. Okay, I am down for Charlie's Angels, but what is a Charlie's Angels costume appropriate for work? It's just a black shirt and a black pants. We might as well throw on ears so at least we look
And
like
black
something.
heels.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you could
basically,
pick one of their disguises. You could wear a racing one piece
we
big
can't
suit,
listen.
wig, sunglasses.
I know that would be the
There's
most.
tons of options.
No, that would be the most iconic. But I'm not wearing that to work. I'm not wearing the racing outfit to
Well,
work.
Tara wanted to get a costume that wouldn't cost her any money and wouldn't affect her in any way. She wanted a
That's
zero
a cat.
effort costume.
That's a cat.
That's not the spirit of Halloween.
Okay, let's circle back. This movie's just so
All
painful.
right.
I don't even care about talking about it. All right, so
So Mike has
Hey.
the girls wrestle in Jello.
yeah, he licks their fingers.
Well,
And
whose idea was that?
It was Catherine's idea, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't respect her for it. I lost respect
listen.
for her.
Now listen, this next scene was the first and only scene that I kind of found entertaining, and that's when he is trying to help her. So he comes into her
Yeah.
office and she's calling this guy. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm calling this guy and I want to ask him out on a date because he's checks all the boxes. He's perfect. Blah blah blah. And he was like, he's listening in. He picks up the other line and is listening in. And clearly she's crashing and burning because not even that she's doing anything wrong per se, but well, I don't know. But like, he's just showing no interest on the other line. So Gerard hangs up the phone and she's
Who?
like, Mike Chadwick.
Mike Chadwick.
Oh, okay.
Hangs up the phone and she's like, why would you do that? He's like, no, let me help you. If you let me help you, you will get this guy. So this starts the whole thing of like him making her over,
Yeah.
right? Which is just the
This was
worst
entertaining.
makeover ever made in a movie, though. This is the worst makeover, okay?
Mhm.
This is horrible. But anyway, they go back and forth and it works. The guy like calls her back and is desperate for a date now because she
Yeah.
followed what he told
And
her
he's
to
like-
do.
Call him by the wrong name.
I don't know if this would work on anyone.
Brian, would this work on you? The
If
girl
you-
hangs
okay.
up on you.
Set the scene. A girl calls you and you have no
Mhm.
interest in her. She hangs up on you halfway. Are you calling her back?
I have no interest in her, and she hangs up on me.
Yes.
I'd be like, what the hell? I'd be like, what the hell's going on here? Like, I don't need anything. I'm not.
Would you call her back?
Wait, why am I calling?
You call her back, you're like, oh, did the line get disconnected?
This is the movie. This is the
I
movie.
know.
He's
Well,
never seen this
foggy.
movie before.
Okay,
Look,
listen.
if a girl I'm not interested in hangs up on me, I'm like, what the hell? Oh my god, that's weird. And if a girl that I like hangs up on me, I'll be like, I'm a very sensitive guy. I think I'll just, start crying or something.
Would you call her back? Okay.
The question is, would you call either back?
It depends, who is this lady?
Oh my.
A random lady that you just saved from a tree.
You just
and
saved
bandaged
her from
leg.
a tree.
Think about the fucking movie, bro. We're talking about the movie.
She looks like Katherine Heigl, but she's a little crazy.
I'm not setting a scene for you. The scene is set. We watched the movie.
I call her back because that's weird. Oh, did the line get disconnected? Yeah.
And
So
then
you
she
would
says,
okay. So you would call her back.
But
now
if
she answers the
yeah.
phone and says, "Hey, Adam."
"Oh, sorry, Jeff."
Are you now like, holy cow, I need to go on a date with this girl? Because this is what the guy does.
I think I'm in love with this woman.
Well, that's what happens, people. This sparks Gerard's rule book, his 4 rules to follow, okay? That
Let's
he
hear 'em.
says will set her up to be
Mhm.
with this guy. All right, rule number 1, never criticize. Men are incapable of growth. That's the first rule.
That's
That's
so
crazy.
Man, that's so true.
This is insane.
Yeah, that doesn't even really make sense.
This is
Don't
insane.
criticize because they can't be changed.
Yeah, never criticize because they're so sensitive. All right. Next one. Rule number 2. Laugh at anything he says.
That's true.
I do
that's
actually
smart.
think that works.
What?
I absolutely think that works.
I'm not going to laugh at something that I don't think is funny.
It would work on me too. If a guy was laughing at everything I said.
Well, yeah, if someone's
Fair
laughing
enough, Chad.
No, actually, if
Fair enough,
someone's
Mike Chadway.
if someone's laughing at everything I'm saying, yeah, I'm loving
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's- yeah.
hell yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
true.
wow.
All right. Rule number 1 goes. Rule number 2 stays. Rule number 3. Men are visual. She needs to change her entire look.
That's
She
crazy.
needs, her hair's not long enough.
Yes.
Yeah, this line is crazy.
Okay. One line that I have a quote. I have 2 lines. Rule number 4 has the line you're talking about. Rule number 3 has the line of they're going to pick out underwear and bras, and he uses boobies. Okay, he goes boobies.
Boobies is good.
He says boobies in this as he holds up a bra. The boobies in this say, "Put me in." I can't get it out. He says, how did they even get this take? Okay. Boobies in this say. I can't get it out. Get it together. Get it together.
Boobies
Alright.
in this.
Okay. Let me just say it fast. Boobies.
Don't say it fast.
I can't.
Say it faster, say it faster.
I'm
Say it faster, say it
out.
faster.
Okay. It's not even that funny. All right.
I don't even know what line you're about to say.
I don't either, but boobies in this.
I can't.
Okay, boobies in this.
Relax. He holds up the lace bra.
Don't tell us to relax. You need to relax.
Okay.
Boobies in this. Where were we?
Brian, stop saying it. Stop saying
Boobies
it.
in this.
Okay.
Oh my God.
My stomach.
All right.
hurts. All right. Okay, stop. Boobies in this. Brian, you have to like silence yourself. Okay. All right, I'm getting it out this time. I'm getting it out.
I can't say it. Hurry up, hurry up.
Okay, boobies in this say, "Put me in your mouth, I taste."
That was a better line than anything I could have imagined.
Oh, I can't.
covered in tears, and so feels like
my stomach
feels
is
like
so
I'm being
hot.
choked.
My chest hurts.
Oh my god, I have snot coming out of my nose. I have tears coming down my face. Oh my god, okay, now that I got it out, I
Okay.
can say it again.
Yeah, just-
Boobies in
yeah.
this say, put me in your mouth, I taste good.
And you know what? I think that one stands as well. I actually think you had a point here.
Oh my god. So are we... Men are visual. I think we have to keep this rule as well, just because of that. This rule 3 stays.
He's 2
Rule
for
3
3.
stays.
Okay.
2 for 3.
Rule 4. Never talk about your problems. Men don't care.
I tell you what, he has a point there too.
He got
Good
a point.
one.
You know
Mike
what?
Chadway, we were too harsh on you.
Really, it's just the never criticize. Men are incapable of growth.
No,
That
that's
one
crazy.
Just throw it away.
Never talk about your problems. That's insane.
Now this is another quote that I got for you, but I can get this one out because this is just ridiculous. The boobies one was just too good though.
Boobies.
Boobies in this.
So he said,
Make that the title of the episode, please. Boobies in this.
Anyway, so rule number 4 for never talk about your problems, he somehow gets on the subject of, he says, you need to get extensions because men want something to hold on to.
Other than your ass.
Yes, I forgot about that. Other than your ass. Yeah, so
this was the only line I remembered from the movie, so clearly it stuck with me.
Yeah.
Before
So
rewatch.
keep that one too.
So keep that rule. Actually, I think short hair is in.
Short hair is in.
All my guy friends are saying bobs are in.
Really?
Yep.
Bobs are in.
I'm never doing it.
All I'm saying is
another banger from Mike Chadway.
Another banger. All right. Anyway, now we move on to he's still coaching her now.
Wait, there's also a line where he says, and stop wearing ponytails. It makes you look like a construction worker or a lesbian or something like that.
Yeah.
I felt so called out in all of these scenes.
There was too many lines for me to write all this down. It's one thing after the next with this guy. It's insane. So they go to the baseball game. And he's in her ear. This is a classic trope.
Colin asks her to the baseball game.
Yeah.
The doctor. She goes to the baseball game
because
he's
desperate for Catherine now. Because she said the wrong
he
name.
loves her now.
Yeah. So, and she has her long hair. She has her new outfits. She's set to go. She got her lace boobies on. So then she has a piece in her ear with Gerard talking to her. Now this is classic trope. Someone in your ear and all miscommunication.
Yeah. Miscommunication.
So, they get hot dogs. And another quote from Gerard, I basically just wrote quotes for this movie, is men like watching penis-shaped food go into a girl's mouth. So she says, take that real slow when you eat that hot dog.
I'm pretty sure this line, I don't really remember this movie, but I'm pretty sure this line stuck with me. Because if I'm around a group of men while I eat a banana, I do the break it off and eat it.
You gotta break it off.
You gotta break it off and eat it.
But I feel
now I'm worried.
That's almost that's with everyone. Like, I feel like I don't like people looking at me eating a banana. Like, I don't like
If I'm at home, I'm eating my banana and like normal.
Well, yeah, that's true. At home, in the comfort of my own home. But this goes back to rule number 3.
He's a little jelly.
This is when he's pissing me off here. Because I'm like, you do all these things to try and get her to be on a date. You're making fun of her, saying she's neurotic and a psycho. Remaking her. And now just because first she says a different name. This is what I'm saying. Boys are stupid. She says a different name on the phone.
No, boys are visual.
Boys are visual. My apologies. She says a different name to the guy on the phone, so he wants to go on a date with her. Gerard sets her up with this guy, and she goes on a date, so then now he wants her. It's like, it's just if you're taken,
he wants her because she's following his steps.
Yeah.
He saw the hot dog.
She asks him how long she should wait to have sex with him, and he says, you have to wait as long as possible, or something. Anyway, because this ends up with, he tells her to wait, and he says, do it to yourself. And she's like, absolutely not. And that's when he gifts her with vibrating underwear.
That's crazy.
I'm
sorry.
I didn't think they could take it more extreme. And then he gifts her with vibrating underwear. And
this underwear didn't look like it had any electronics in it.
You could. No.
Was that just me?
No.
There was not a single.
It was just cloth.
It was
The
just
technology was not
It was
there back then.
see-through.
Yeah.
The technology totally wasn't there. To have Bluetooth? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Still, to this day, technology.
Is this even a thing still? Like, yeah, has
I don't
anyone
know.
invented this yet? I don't know.
It's got to be thicker than that to have some sort of electronics,
It's gonna be
right?
like a diaper. She pulled out a thong. It has to be a diaper to work.
Yeah.
This was crazy. So Colin texts her, "Oh, I'm running late." So she's like, "Maybe I'll put on my vibrating underwear for the next 15 minutes and go to town."
Mm-hmm.
But
Go
uh-oh,
to
someone's at the
town.
door.
Of course.
Someone's at the
trope.
door.
Yeah, trope.
Gerard Butler and her boss are at the door saying, "Oh, you forgot about the business meeting?" Even though she's the most organized person in the world, she somehow double booked
She's
her
whisked
night.
away in love.
Yeah, we came to your house. We're your coworkers. We came to your house.
Yeah, I thought that was bizarre. And the two of them need to get her? That's so weird.
Yeah.
In the real world,
She's like,
she would just miss the dinner.
yeah, she would get a phone call saying, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "I have a date. I can't go." And they're like, "Why don't you bring your date to
Yeah,
this work
in the
dinner?"
weirdest turn of events, now all of them are on this. It's
All
so
of them.
bizarre.
Including
It's a work.
Mike and his 2 dates.
The Jello twins.
Yeah, he has 2 dates. She brings her date, and then it's like business people. It's so bizarre. And as she's sitting there, she kicks her purse by accident, and of course, just the remote for the vibrator falls out. And a little munchkin kid happens to be walking by and picks up the remote. And he's like, "What is this?"
He thinks it's like a salt grinder.
Yeah, it was
He's
massive.
trying to put it on his pasta.
He's pressing every button.
Great performance by Katherine Heigl, by the way.
There was a good performance because
She can't control herself at this dinner.
no, she can't.
She's like orgasming or something during her speech.
Or something.
She's like freaking orgasming or some freaking thing.
I don't know what else you call it. She's
That's what it
euphoric.
is. Yeah. Again, we get the vibes. They zoom in on Mike. You see him longing for her, right?
Mhm.
He's obsessed with this girl. And then we get montage.
Of her and Colin.
Montage. Her and Colin, montage.
Going on dates.
Upstate something. I don't know, where are they based out of? LA? I think they're
It was.
Oh,
it was like,
that's where I have to add something. That guy went into the woods with white pants. I mean, take a chance.
I know.
Holy
That
shit.
this kid
They were
this guy's
also
off his rocker.
barefoot. They were
Yeah.
He was sitting
barefoot
on a
walking in the
rock with
woods.
white pants.
It was really, again, nothing was thought through with this. So she's all excited because she tells Gerard that she is going to go finally sleep with Colin when they go away to Lake Tahoe for the weekend.
Mhm.
But Gerard is going to be a guest on the Late Late Show, I guess in New York or something. I
With-
don't know.
Craig Ferguson.
That's one of the best out there, that guy. You ever watch him, Tara?
No, I haven't.
He's quality. Not as good as Conan, but
Conan's
I
good.
love Conan.
Yeah, how could you not? Anyway, so they think he's gonna be offered a job. So they have her fly out with him to try and convince him to stay, which is just so
Mhm.
insane. Like the whole thing this really is just like tropey cliches the entire time.
the pacing was bizarre. I remember
Yeah.
watching it and just being like, where am I going now?
Yeah,
What's happening?
what's happening here?
She flies out with him. Before he gets on the show, they get into like a little spat, and he tells her Colin only likes the version of you that I made. He doesn't like the real
Mhm.
Abby. Then on the
Mhm.
Craig Ferguson show, Craig's like, "Who broke your heart?" Because I mean, his whole content is about how there is no real love, and
Yeah.
you should just be.
It's more like a series of women. It's not
Mhm.
really one woman. It's more like a series.
That's more British than Irish, isn't Craig Irish?
Oh no, I'm quoting Mike Chadwick.
But Mike Chadwick's also
Mike Chadwick is
I
American,
think
right?
everyone's Irish. Gerard
It's not just
Butler.
one girl. It's
Oh,
more
no.
like a series.
There you go.
Wasn't Mike Chadwick just American?
No, he's
movie?
No, he was.
He didn't have an
British in
accent.
this. He's Scottish.
He
No.
did not have an accent.
He didn't have an accent.
Guys, he's
He did not
Scottish.
have an
Wait,
accent.
Ah, it's not like one woman. It's more like a series.
You had the
pretty
chance
good.
to change your fate.
Ba-
Would ya?
Would
Would
ya?
ya? They go out to dinner after the show to celebrate.
I like this.
And
I want
he-
to be at this salsa club. I like.
I know.
that
I was
salsa
like, this looks
Mm.
like a really
I'll be
fun
honest.
restaurant.
This was like probably the best part of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Totally.
100%. When they
He
start
tells
dancing,
her.
yeah.
He tells her, I already turned down CBS's offer. I want to stay close to my nephew. She's swooning, right?
Yes,
We see a
she's in
paternal
love.
side.
Mm.
And she's like, so who did break your heart?
Mhm.
Because he deflected on Craig Ferguson.
And then he goes, it's not one woman, it's more like a series.
God.
Yes, he shows a parade of women, which again, not a great excuse. Like,
Yeah,
I've heard
not at
better
all.
sob stories.
I was
than that.
expecting that it was one woman because that would be like
Yeah,
more
I was
meaningful or
expecting
something.
a
Yeah.
better, something a little bit more meaningful. You were just
There
on a
is
dating scene.
Absolutely no depth to these characters.
No. But we see
They're
he
paper
orders
thin,
tap
people.
water. He orders tap water and says, oh, there isn't really a difference. They're perfect for each other, guys. They both drink tap water.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, why don't we go dance? And they dance, and it is steamy, people.
It's steamy,
It
I'm not gonna
is.
lie to you. But listen, this
Okay.
wasn't the best dance scene I've ever seen, but
It was
still
pretty
was
good.
for this movie. I was so
It was pretty
low.
good.
They had chemistry
They did.
during this
What-
dance.
It's not like it's an iconic, famous, like, oh, I remember that move. It's like Dirty
Yeah.
Dancing, throw them up.
Mhm.
But like, they were good,
Yeah,
and it was
They knew what they were doing.
yeah, that's true.
passion right there.
And
Yeah,
then
that's
she's
true.
like, we better
I
turn
did
in
like-
for the night.
I did like the elevator scene.
Mm-hmm.
The tension, it was so real. It just got so real.
Yes.
I actually kind of didn't like it.
Wait, I'm loving
because-
this. No.
This is the best movie of all time.
Because the elevator scene is they're riding up the elevator. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's his stop. And then she's like, "Oh, well, let me give you a hug tonight." They hug. He separates, and then they come back again for a hug.
Because
I
like, oh,
wanted
it was
him-
just so fun. Like, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this builds up to them kissing. But what I wanted to happen was he walks away. She thinks, "Oh, he's gone. He's going to bed." And then right as the elevator's about to close, he stops it with his
No.
hand. And then goes in and pushes her up against the wall. That's what we want.
100% that, or like she rides to her floor and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, should I have whatever?"
And-
And then he's there. He
Mhm.
ran up the stairs
Because he had ran up the stairs.
Yes,
Great.
he's
We
out
should
of
be in charge
breath.
of every movie.
Yeah.
Because that was awkward. Hug. Oh.
No, that's
No?
so what they would do in a movie.
So
It's
you
so
liked the way this-
tropey. Yeah,
You
because that's what
preferred
I would
this.
do. I'd be like, no, I would just
Okay,
like, go
Brian
back to
likes
my room.
realism.
Yeah, he's a realist.
Oh, it's just
Brian
relatable.
likes an awkward hug. Well, maybe you should change your actions to be more
Whoa,
like a movie.
why do I have to change my...
Men are unable to grow or change, Ash.
Right,
I-
sorry.
yeah.
Don't criticize men.
I relate exactly to the experience of Mike Chadwick.
Through
I
and
agree
through.
with
I agree with everything he's ever said.
except for rule 1. Otherwise, everything he said
Everything
the entire
else.
movie.
I'm Brian, and I approve
Except-
this message.
I have
Anyway.
my seal of approval.
So basically, then they're both thinking like, I.
But
should
wait,
have
come
done
on, Mom. Well, like,
something.
he's vulnerable for the first time in the movie.
Yes.
He's Mr. Does It
You know
All.
what?
First time in the movie, he's vulnerable. His
I'm
belly
gonna
is
give you
up.
that.
His belly is
I'm
up.
not
I'm gonna
have
give
it.
you that. That's a good point.
I'm not giving you.
That's a good point. This is the first time that we're seeing him, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't have his cool.
I guess
He's
that's
freaking.
fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They go back to their
But-
separate rooms.
Yeah, they separate after that.
Yeah. And she goes back to her room, and she's like, "Oh my god, what just happened? Why do I want to do it again?" She gets a knock on the door. She thinks it's Gerard. She opens the door. It's fucking
She's excited.
Colin. It's Colin. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, I was coming to surprise you. He's just looking to bang her. Okay, that's
Yeah.
it.
He was like, "We were supposed to bang this weekend. It was on the schedule, and you canceled on me."
Hmm. So he tries to open champagne. It spills or something. He goes in the other room. She gets a knock on the door again. It's Gerard.
Oh, no, it spills and he goes, oh, I thought I'd have to get naked a little later. I didn't
Oh,
think you
yeah.
did this earlier. And she's like,
What a dork.
Yeah.
Loser.
Fuck that guy.
What a dork loser.
So then Gerard's at the door, and she was like, "No, wait."
He
answers
answers
it.
shirtless. He
Yes.
spilled champagne on him. He better take his clothes off.
Yes.
And so
He's
he
like, "Hey,
answers
what's up?"
shirtless, and Gerard's like, "Wow."
I didn't think she was gonna run after, but she did, which was good.
That's true. Because I hate when they let the miscommunication just linger. She was
Yes.
not gonna let this linger. She runs after him and she's
Mhm.
like, "Should I send Colin home right now? Like, is that why you came to my room?" And
Mhm.
he says, "No."
She pretty much did all she could without, but she wanted him to say it.
Yes. Yeah.
She needed him
She
to
opened the door.
put himself
She
out
gave him
there.
an open door.
She was like,
I will send Colin home right now. Yeah. She put it on the line.
yeah. So that's on Gerard. But then she goes back into the room and she takes off her extensions and she's like, I've been lying to you.
It was
She
so
breaks up with
dramatic.
Colin
This is not
anyways.
me. Look, my hair is actually 5 inches shorter.
Yeah,
I
it
am
didn't
not
make a
who you
huge
think
difference.
I am. I am a liar.
That was her breaking up with him. She was like, "What do you like about me?" And he lists all these things that she's not.
Oh, I like how you
Go with the flow.
think tap water is different.
Yeah.
She's like, that's not me.
So then we find out Gerard quits.
The next day, she's like, "Oh, he missed his flight." No, he quit. And he left for a local competitor. So that's how you know
Slap on the face.
he left just because of her.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, "We have to hire a replacement ASAP because the big hot air balloon festival."
It's coming around the corner.
The big hot air balloon festival.
He was supposed to be speaking at the hot air balloon festival. She's like, "I'll find him by the end of the day." Or something like that. "I'll find him in an hour."
Yeah.
So easily replaceable.
And they somehow get someone worse than him.
We cut to the hot air balloon festival. The new Mike Chadway is in the air balloon talking about how his body count and how most of them were
how
awake.
he rapes women. They were asleep,
Yeah.
he said.
It was horrible.
Yeah. And she steps in and she starts going off on Gerard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Gerard,
she's roasting him.
Yeah, roasting Gerard.
He's like, I'll take care of this. He takes his little makeup napkins out of his shirt and he runs over, hops in that hot air balloon. They're fighting back and forth like, "Oh, men will kiss you and then like not be able to commit," or something like that. I don't know.
And then next thing you know, Brian, who hops in the hot air balloon.
Yeah. Dad from Even Stevens, Mr. Stevens.
Mr. Stevens himself
comes out of nowhere. Are you ready
I
to
thought
go
he
up?
looked familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic. He comes in and he's like, "Ready?" And he gets
Here we go.
Next thing you know, they're
too busy
feet.
fighting to
they're 50
they're too
feet
busy
up in the
fighting to
air.
notice. And so they did their sign off. So they think they're off air now, right? But they have a secret hidden camera.
Yeah, this is a trope.
In the hot air balloon, and they're like, "We gotta keep rolling because this is good stuff."
I didn't like this ending. Like, he was just like, wait, I think I wrote it down. "I'm in love with a psycho like you."
Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. She breezes right past it, and he's like, "See, I just told you I love you, and you didn't even, like, acknowledge it."
Yeah. And then she's like, "Really? You love me?" And then they start making out. Then we get an even worse ending. They could have ended it there, but they didn't. They have them have sex. And
oh my god.
She literally they did not need this. And then they sit up and she's like, "Oh my god, you're amazing." And then he's like, "Oh, really? Or are you faking?"
I'm that good?
Because they had a whole discussion.
He told her to fake everything. Yeah.
Fake everything. And she's like, "You'll never know." And it ends. Why the hell would you want him to never know?
No.
That makes no sense. This is
It's crazy.
This was like the cherry on top.
Also, after he's told her he loves her, she asks him, "Why do you love me?" Just like she did with Colin. And he says, "Beats the hell out of me."
And that's what she goes for?
I thought it was going to be a nice full circle moment where he describes her like the real her because Colin described all the fake things about her. And he says, "Beats the hell out of me."
And then they end with the credits start rolling and it's Flo Rida's Right Round playing. You spin my right. Guys, can we move to a better movie? Here we go. Is everyone ready? Moonstruck. Academy Award for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Academy Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Academy Award for Writing in an Original Screenplay. In one of the greatest romantic comedies of all time, Cher teaches us the importance of I can't look at you. Why are you laughing?
She's
Cher
thinking
teaches
about boobies. Boobies in this.
boobies in this. Cher teaches us the importance of undeniable connection, following your heart, and most importantly, La Familia. You will laugh, you will be touched, and you too just might find yourself looking out your window, moonstruck. D. Martin opens up, okay? Already, I wrote a note. The first 5 seconds are already blowing Ugly Truth out of the water, people. You got views in New York City, you got a zoom in of the Metropolitan Opera. It doesn't get better than that. Cher enters. She's a hardworking woman. She's 37 years old. She goes to a funeral home. I guess that's where she worked. We never went there again, I don't think. But anyway, go to
A natural beauty, might I add.
She's a natural beauty for sure. Goes to the. She looks run down.
I don't know why that's funny. I don't know why you're laughing.
Listen, she got grays in her hair. She's wearing a homely outfit.
She's not wearing lipstick. Oh my god.
She got nothing on. Okay? No makeup. She goes to the funeral home. Everything about this movie is so Italian. I love it. It's so New York. It's so over the top. I was laughing.
So you would say this is accurate to the Italian experience?
Well, follow-up question. So what's your genetic makeup, Ashley?
My dad's side's Irish, my mom's side is Welsh and English. That's why I'm so pale. I don't know why. My brother's tan, though. I don't know where he gets it from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. When I was little, I thought I was adopted.
This is just such a good movie. It's so
The atmosphere is dreamlike and intoxicating.
100%. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's such a good... Ashley, I know I'm joking, but I'm truly...
I haven't said a thing yet.
I'm truly
I haven't said a thing.
confused why you wouldn't like it. Like, it's
Okay, look.
so good.
It feels like
I
a
will
sleepwalk in the moonlight. I mean...
100%.
I will say the last 20 minutes kind of won me over. Because the first
The
hour, I
whole
was sleepy.
thing.
I was confused. I was lost. I was unsettled. I didn't get the humor. I didn't know where the jokes were. I didn't know who anyone was.
What are you
I said, why are we following this man?
The humor is so subtle. Let me digress here.
Yes.
I wrote, this is the only note I wrote. I said it's hard to describe the atmosphere. I can't think of another movie like it.
Yes.
It's like a spoof. It's a spoof of the most beautiful movie ever.
Yes.
This
Okay,
usually
I would
makes
agree.
this
Well,
he's not done.
usually
No.
this usually makes a movie solely a spoof or just a blob of nothing.
Yeah.
But this movie instead turns both to 11.
Yes.
It's so hilariously deadpan and also entirely gorgeous.
Well, that helps me. The fact that it's kind of spoofy, because I wrote down that this feels like an SNL sketch, the first half of the movie.
Okay.
It's definitely...
It feels like an SNL sketch of making fun of a drama.
It's funnier in the beginning, but it's like this weird humor.
Yes.
It's just like it doesn't take away from how good.
No, it's just
and serious it is.
It's executed so well.
It's somehow simultaneous. How is it simultaneous?
Yes, I was truly laughing the whole time because it's outrageous. It's so outrageous. But yet
I
it's
thought I
not
didn't have the permission
outrageous.
to laugh. I thought I didn't have the permission to laugh. I thought they were being serious, and that's maybe where
this is a romantic
the disconnect
comedy.
happened.
This is a romantic
You have to
comedy.
follow your heart. There's no rules of what you have to feel. You feel.
Because I was just like, this is crazy.
You follow your heart like Cher.
Set the scene for the people that are listening, okay? She goes on a date with her boyfriend, Johnny Camilleri. It's every line in this is good. He's sitting there. The waiters that are at the restaurant. How this is a go-to restaurant. Everyone goes.
It's
there.
everything. It's
Everyone's hitting on all
I know you know.
cylinders.
I know what you. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm thinking.
You know what I'm saying and
How
thinking.
do we say this?
I don't know how to get this across. Like,
I
it's
know.
just so good. And he's sitting there and he's like,
Like it's like a community. People know each other. Everyone's saying hi, this, that. Hey, here,
Yes.
Mr. Personality here, Mr. Personality there,
Yes.
and they've all got their lives, their systems. Like bada bing, bada boom. They're in, they're out. They're doing their thing. I mean, and it's quaint. It's like
it's
like
such a good feeling.
grainy. It's grainy.
It's grainy.
Yeah. The lights are glowing. It's dim.
We're desperate to try and show what this movie's about.
Somebody help me.
Okay, so Johnny proposes. He proposes to Cher, and she goes, "Well, I was married the first time and he died. I have bad luck. I can't marry you. Where's the ring?" He says, "I don't have a ring." She says, "Well, the ring on your pinky finger. I love this ring on my pinky finger. I have bad luck. You gotta give me a ring, Johnny." So then he gives the ring. She goes, "You gotta get down on one knee." "I'm not getting down on one knee." Then you catch the waiter in the background. Waiter's like, "He's getting down on one knee. That's a good suit. He's gonna ruin his suit." I can't even. You want me to just read the whole script? I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's so good. She's like, "We need to get married right away." He's like, "I gotta go to Sicily. My mom's dying." She says, "When you get back." In 1 month, they're getting married, so she's gonna plan a wedding. He goes to Sicily, but before he goes, he says, "You gotta get in contact with my brother, Donnie. We haven't spoken for 5 years."
I thought his name was Ronnie.
Yeah,
Ronnie, sorry. Donnie. Why did I think Donnie?
It's Johnny and Ronnie.
You gotta get in contact with Ronnie because I haven't spoken to him in 5 years. That's too long. We're getting married. He gotta be at the wedding. She says, "Okay, I'll do it." I love how they all live together. She lives with her parents, and then the grandfather lives there. The grandfather has all his dogs. Her mom's brother and his wife are always over. Everyone's just running in and out. What's so funny is that she goes home to tell her family that she's engaged. Sits down with the dad. They have champagne, and the dad's like, "I don't like that guy."
Wait, but they drop the little cubes. What are those cubes?
Sugar
in the drink?
cubes. Dad drops the
That's
sugar
it?
cubes. Yeah. It makes them what is it? Sparkle more or whatever. I mean, it's fizzes. So then Dad's like, "I don't like that guy. When he smiles, I can't see his teeth. What is he hiding?" The dad
is maybe the funniest
funniest
person
in
in
the
the whole
movie.
movie.
Funniest in the whole movie. Ash, opinion?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
What?
You saw the movie. What are you eating? Beef?
At this point, I was like, what are they dropping into their drinks? What is going on right now?
A sugar cube.
I was
What is it? This is what
Come
confused
on.
you?
Everybody
was
knows
lost
it's
the
sugar
entire
cubes.
first half of the movie. I didn't know who anyone was. They all looked the same to me. I don't know.
Whoa.
Everyone looked the same to you.
I knew the two main characters, but after that, I was like, wait, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Like, I didn't know who anyone was.
You mean when Cher walks in, the main character, and she goes, "Hey, Pop," you were like, "Who's this?"
Maybe I missed that.
Who the
Maybe
hell
I
is this
missed
man?
And then she goes, "Hey, let's go see Ma in bed," and you were like, "Who is Ma? What are you talking
What the hell
about?"
is that?
Anyway, that's how the Pop responds with, "I don't like this guy, but all right." And she's like, "You gotta pay for the wedding." He's like, "I'm not paying for this wedding. I paid for the first one. I'm not paying for this wedding." And then they go upstairs and they see Ma, who's in bed. She's getting ready for bed. And she goes, "Do you love him?" Cher goes, "No." Ma says, "Good, because if you love him, he'll drive you crazy." This is how we're setting the scene, people, okay? She's clearly married. She's been married once for love. She's marrying Johnny just to settle down.
Nothing about this movie is subtle.
No.
Like, they really lay it on.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
They do it so well. So anyway, she calls Ronnie.
This was a great introduction. I will say this was a great character introduction. We see just his back as he picks up the phone.
Yeah.
He's clearly like sweaty, he's dirty, he's wearing a tank top,
Mhm.
and then he's like, "I don't want anything to do with this. I'm never forgiving my brother."
Mhm.
Hangs up and he's like shoveling coal or something like that
Mhm.
into the fire. Great intro.
So she's like, "Great, now I gotta go to this place because he won't answer my phone call and I need to make
Oh, she goes, "Animal. Animal."
So she shows up at the bakery.
This was insane.
This scene is
This
insane.
was insane.
But it's so
Are you kidding me?
good.
This was This was where I became unsettled because I was like, "What is going on in this movie?
I could
Where
see
is
how
this
I
going?"
could see how
'Cause
if you're weak in the mind, you could get unsettled by this
Yeah,
scene.
if
that's
it was
true.
if it was shot in a like slightly different way, this could have played out as a horror.
This is where
No.
the movie shows its teeth.
Yeah.
You realize it reveals itself. The curtain is
The
dropped.
raw characters, 100%. So she
This is
goes
crazy.
to Ron.
He works downstairs.
Yeah, leads her downstairs where he's shoveling coal. You could see he's sweaty. This is Nicolas Cage, everyone. He's a young
I will
Nicolas
say
Cage.
he looks pretty good in this movie.
But he looks a mess in this scene, okay? He's dripping with sweat. He's wearing the tank top. He's like
Yeah, but that's what we like to see.
Cole Ash. This is what
That's
Ash,
what the
this
ladies
is where
want.
Ash was in love.
Mm.
He looks disgusting.
They knew
So-
what they were doing when they filmed this.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah,
me.
the whole movie.
The whole
honestly.
movie, Ash. This is why there was Academy Award winners. So they go back and forth, and she's yelling at him because she's like, "I'm marrying your brother." She's explaining everything, and Ronnie's coming back and is like, "I will never forgive my brother because see this, and you see he has no hands.
He's a wooden hand.
He has a wooden hand. He's like, my brother did this to me." She's like, "What are you
This
talking
story-
about?"
How did...
But it
This
wasn't
is
it
insane.
wasn't really the brother. It was that the brother asked him to do something and he wasn't looking, and the thing accidentally cut off his hand.
The brother asked him to slice bread.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
Life
me?
is bread. I make bread, and I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I lost my hand! I lost my hand!
No,
I lost
he
my
got-
bride!
my-
Johnny has his hand! Johnny has his bride!
Yes.
Yes, Ash. I guess when you say it,
You
when
want me
Ash,
to take my heartbreak and throw it away? And
When-
forget?
when Ash looks at me like that and yells into the mic, she does portray this as a horror moment. She does that well.
Because this was an insane scene. I was like, why is he screaming at her, talking about how he lost
he's
his hand?
going insane. After he lost his hand and
He's a-
lost his wife, he's going
he's
insane.
a wolf. He's
It
a wolf.
pants the bakery girl. The bakery girl's in tears. She's
No,
so
wait, before that,
moved
wait,
by
wait,
this
wait.
speech.
Wait, before that, my favorite line. "Chrissy, get me the big knife. I'm gonna slit my throat."
Oh my gosh, yes! He's like,
Is that- I'm gonna kill myself.
Yes.
he was like, I'm gonna cut my throat so you can tell Johnny on his wedding day that his brother's dead. This guy's insane. This guy's a psychopath.
It's so good.
He's ready to commit suicide just to ruin his brother's wedding?
I was legitimately laughing the whole time. So
It's unhinged.
basically,
He is unhinged.
yeah, and then the pastry girl's like, "I love that man so much, but I can never tell him because he'll never love anyone," or whatever he would say.
He
Oh
can
my
never
God.
love anyone since he lost his hand in his girl. What the fuck? What is
So
going on?
It's so good, Ash. I don't like how. No, Ash, simmer down, Ash. This movie's good.
Alright, this was insane. It was like, it was implied in the speech that he could never love anyone again, and they were like, we really gotta drive this point home. Have the bakery girl, spell it
They're
out
not
for
trying
us.
to. They're not trying to make you understand. They're trying. That's the humor. That's
Yeah.
the humor of.
You better catch
I'm sorry,
up.
I didn't understand that it was humor. I thought this was a serious film. So
It's,
We
a,
watched
it's in a
tonight.
romantic comedy bracket, Ash. It's
I
called a
didn't
romantic
know.
comedy.
That's.
We've
fair,
had
you know?
dramas in here before.
You crazy. Anyway, so she was like, "Let's go up to your apartment." She cooks him a steak in the apartment. And he goes, "I like it well done."
I was like,
She goes, "Oh, you'll eat it bloody. It's good for you." So they sit down.
why is she cooking him a steak in his apartment? Where did she get the steak from?
Why
Where
are
did
you,
she get
why
the...
are you questioning anything
This was-
with this?
Because you guys were like, why are you confused? This is why I was confused.
You're confused about why someone would have a steak in their house?
Why is she cooking a steak for this stranger in his own apartment?
Look, he's got steak at his place, and she's trying to convince him to go see the brother and
She's
make
trying to
up.
pull out all the stops.
She
She's
has
like,
a
"I'll
mission.
I'll cook you a steak
This was a
dinner."
roller coaster. 5 seconds ago, they were screaming
That
at
is
each other,
the
and now
truth.
she's
You are
making
true
a...
with that.
It's passion.
It's passion. It's a roller coaster. So she's saying to him, "I'm gonna tell you how your life is because all I hear is like you're basically complaining, right?" And she's like, "But you can't see who you are, and I can see who you are. I can see everything. You're a wolf." That
Mhm.
woman trapped you, and you had to chew off your own hand to get out of that. She was basically trying to build this guy up, saying you're better than this.
That's crazy.
Stop
She's
being
saying he
depressed.
cut his hand off on purpose.
He's scared.
Yeah.
He's just scared of what the wolf will chew off next.
He tosses the table aside. Okay.
So
Grabs
good.
her, kisses her with passion, picks her up.
And
Wasn't this
says,
what you
"Son of a
wanted, Ash?"
bitch!"
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes, and then he
I
goes,
was gonna-
I don't believe this is happening. As they're like, as they're going.
He picks her up and she goes, "Where are you taking me?" Like, what? Where do you think he's taking you?
Ash,
And he says,
we're not
"To
gonna
the bed?"
fall for any of your traps.
It makes no sense. It literally felt like this scene, especially felt like an SNL sketch of like a dramatic couple.
It was hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I didn't know it was supposed to be funny, so at the time I'm like, how the fuck did this win any awards?
It's much like life. There's pain in life, and you take the pain.
It's
There's
so
humor,
good.
and you find the humor. And there's beauty and passion, and you see it. These are things you feel.
But listen, they have so much humor with this movie, but then they have such touching moments, okay?
Mhm.
Like with the moon, okay? Because they go to the bedroom, they do what they do, okay? Then you pan out the window, you see the moon is ginormous. It's a full moon, okay? So this is how everyone in the family is brought together because we have different things happening. We have Cher and Nick Cage. We got Ma and Pop because Pop, he's got a mistress, okay? He wines and dines the mistress, and Ma's at home, okay? Mind her own business, but you know that she knows that something's going on. So we have that dynamic. Then we got the grandfather with all his dogs. I love that you see all these different people in the family.
Midnight in Paris feeling. That's an equivalent
Midnight
feeling.
in Paris is a fantastic. Ash, you saw Midnight in Paris.
I know,
no?
yeah, I like Men in
That's
Paris.
equally such a good feeling movie. Yes, definitely.
Another dream-like movie.
Yeah, that's what I want.
It's like Mulholland Drive.
Okay, I didn't.
It's like The Ugly Truth, sort of.
So then, family's having dinner. The grandfather, the ma, pa, the aunt and uncle, and you get this like really cute story. So you know that the ma and pop are not doing what they're at least not connecting because he has the mistress, right? And so you get this cute story of the brother, Ma's brother, telling the story of like, I remember when we were younger and I would see you wait outside her window like when they were younger, and he said one night I got so mad because the moon was so big and you were standing out there, and I thought that's Cosmo's moon. He brought the moon, right? And like he's just so in love with Mom. So it was just really cute story. So then that night everyone goes to bed, and then my favorite scene, the brother's like, oh my god, to his wife, can you believe it? Look outside, it's Cosmo's moon again. The way you're looking at the moon right now, it looks like you're 25 years old again. It was just such an adorable scene, and they get into bed together. They're just so cute. Then
She's like, it's a mistake. We shouldn't have done this. We have to take
Yes.
it to our grave.
She
Like, we
says,
can never
we're
tell
gonna
anyone.
take it to our graves. He goes, I can't. She goes,
Mhm.
why? He goes, because I'm in love with you. Slap, slap. She slaps him twice across the face. He's like, just do me one thing. Please go to the opera with me for one night. He can't even imagine having the two loves of his life, the opera and her. I love that he's in love with her after 1 second of meeting her. I love
I'll
it.
give
Okay,
up-
can I just say
I'll
you
give
really
up
hated
everything.
it when they did that and Say Anything?
The guy in Say Anything was a psychopath. You cannot
You were-
compare Say Anything to this movie.
Nick Cage isn't?
No,
He
that
threatens
was
to kill
complete-
himself the first time they meet.
Ash, that was completely different. This is
You
like a
said,
fun,
oh
they
my
were
gosh,
really
the guy in
no,
Say
no, no.
Anything is too obsessed with
No,
her.
because,
Why
like,
does he always want to
no,
be with her?
Like Brian, like what Brian was saying, they're making this movie. They're doing it in a way that they know that it's over the top, but they're leaning into the comedy. But you don't even realize it's comedy, but it's so good, and it's outrageous, but so good. Say Anything was truly trying to be like, this is true romance, people. a guy who's fucking obsessed with a random girl. Like, and all he wants to do, his main job is to just oogle this girl. This makes no sense. Brian, you're supposed to be backing me up or something.
Over the top. I mean, he's he's got personality. He's got charisma. He's passionate, and that's
He's
also like
definitely over the top.
That's the energy she gives. It's how they play off each other.
It's just how they work together. Yes, Sash. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's It's indescribable human chemistry that
everyone just
we
watch
can't
it.
even talk about. We can't even talk
we
about
can't.
it.
We can't. You have to watch it.
Let's just be silent for the rest of the podcast, and everyone will just
Moment of
nod.
silence for Moonstruck.
Everyone nod for the next 30 minutes.
So he's like, please go with me to opera so I can have the two loves of my life in one night. I couldn't even believe it. I would be willing to give up the rest of my life to have this one night. So she goes, fine. Now, how could you not love this? With that, she feels this instant connection that she never had with Johnny. She's immediately feeling it with Ronnie after one night. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna get my hair done because I'm feeling good. She gets those grays out. Then she stops in the store and she gets herself a dress. She is getting her confidence back, people, because of how he makes her feel. She gets a new dress, she gets new shoes, she gets jewelry, she gets her hair done. She's looking even better than she was, and she already looked great. Oh, but before that, a great scene where she goes to confession at the church, and she's like, I said the Lord's name in vain twice. I slept with my fiance's brother, and whatever. I did this or this. And the guy...
Yeah. Well, you just see his hand, and he, like, winds it back with his fingers. He's like, whoa, what was that, Loretta? Wind that back to the second one?
Yeah.
You said something there?
Like,
and it's just, like, his mannerisms. It reminded me of the dad, honestly.
Yeah. She's like, wind that back. Oh, I slept with my fiance's brother. He's like, say 2 Hail Marys. That's
the one. That's a big one.
And then how good is the Ash? Come on, this scene where this was so
So
good.
Nick Cage looks unsettling in a suit.
What?
But he grew on me. He grew on me.
He was wearing a tux.
Not a suit,
Yeah,
a tux.
well, okay.
His hair looked awesome.
He looked so good.
Looked like a serial killer in a suit. But as the night went on, he grew on me.
So
he
you liked him
like,
better.
Okay, he looks nice.
You liked him better dirty with the bread.
I think it suited him better.
Okay, interesting. All right, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, you know, some of us.
Anyway, so she's never seen the opera before. She doesn't even know where it is in New York. Tears are coming down her face. He takes her hand, kisses it. You can see that. Come on, they're connecting.
I liked that.
She looks at him. He does a slow look.
Mm-hmm.
Then they look into each other's eyes.
Mm-hmm. This is love, people. This is true love. This is a grand love, and don't tell me otherwise, but we're not the rating shit. Who do they run into? Pop and the mistress. And she's like, you're not supposed to, where's Mom? He's like, well, where's Johnny? So they both know that they caught each other, and they said, this never happened. So.
It's my fiance. You're married. You're my daughter. You're my dad. Ah, fair enough.
And then it ends.
Type of thing.
Yeah. So then they go out for a drink, and this is where we get that classic line where they're walking back, and she's like, I can't see you again. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm engaged. Ronnie goes, you're going to marry my brother? Why you want to sell your life short? Playing it safe is just about the most dangerous thing a woman like you could do. You waited for the right man the first time. Why didn't you wait for the right man again? She goes, he didn't come. He goes, I'm here. You're late. So good, guys. It's
little
good.
reveal. That's like the first time she really, admits that.
Yep.
Ronnie's the right one.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's feeling it too. So he goes, come upstairs with me and get in my bed. And
get in my bed!
As soon as that happens, opera music starts playing in the background. And he puts out his wooden hand. And she takes it. And they go upstairs. All of a sudden, bam! Plane landing in Newark. Okay? The plane engine, it's like so loud. It's such a juxtaposition. Because Johnny's back in town, people. He's back from Sicily and his mom's doing fine. First thing he does is he goes to Loretta's house with the family. The mom's at the door. The mom says Loretta's not here. She's still out. So then Johnny says he's coming back the next day. And then Loretta gets home in the morning. She has hickeys on her neck. The mom's like, what are
She
you...
basically skipped home. She was so happy.
She danced in. So nice to see her happy. And the mom's like, you're in trouble. Johnny's back. Johnny's coming here today in the morning.
She just starts freaking out.
And did you notice how she immediately changes back into sweatpants and pulls her hair back?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how he makes her feel. Like she's
Oh,
And I think she's supposed to be
wow,
looking like
Yes.
she just woke up.
Very good, Sarah.
So
I loved this scene. So I fell asleep during the opera part, and everything after that I really liked. And I really liked this
The
scene.
ending is so good, and you best
All I gotta
believe-
say is blueprint, waves of, I don't want to say more than this, waves of crazy stupid love.
Yes,
Mm.
that's
all
true.
I'm saying is all I'm saying.
No, that's true. That's true.
Carry on.
It's the perfect recipe for just like a fantastic scene. So the mom and her are having breakfast.
The doorbell rings while she's still
Yes.
getting like trying to hide her hickey
Yes.
and stuff,
Mhm.
and they're freaking out. They're like, "It's Johnny! It's Johnny!" Guess who it is? Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Ronnie's like, "I'm here to meet your family."
Yeah, he's like I'm all in. And there's
Mhm.
no going back. I don't care what you have to say about Johnny. I'm all in. I'm here to meet the family. He's
And
ready
she's
to
like,
rumble.
"Johnny's coming over soon," and Ronnie's like, "That's fine. I'll tell him."
Yeah. I love
The
that
mom's
he
like, "You
just
want some
doesn't
oatmeal?"
care. Yeah. He's like, I'd love to have some breakfast. Yeah. So they sit down. Then
Cher has resigned at this point. Cher's like, "All right, I'm not covering my hickey. I'm just gonna sit and wait, and we'll tell Johnny when he gets here."
Yeah, everyone just handles everything.
Yeah.
It's business as usual.
Yep. The grandfather and Pop come in, and the grandfather has been building to try and say at the right moment, he's trying to tell his son, you got to pay for her whole wedding. So this is his big moment at the breakfast table. Like everything comes, to fruition at the breakfast table. And the mom goes, I know, like basically, I know you're seeing the mistress. You're not seeing her anymore. And then he bangs on the table
And stands
and stands up.
and then sits down.
Yeah. And he goes, fine, I'll stop seeing her. And sits down. It's so good. And then the aunt and uncle show up. Because they think that Loretta stole the money or whatever. And she's like, I didn't steal the money. I'm so sorry. I forgot to deposit in the bank. They're like, oh, thank God. Now they sit down for breakfast. Everyone's here. Johnny finally arrives at the door. Johnny comes in and he goes, I can't marry you, Loretta. She flips out. She's like, what are you talking about? He's like, if I marry you, my mom could die. They're all about the superstitions, which I just love it.
Also, way earlier, like the beginning, when he's on the plane, and then there's like that old lady.
Yes.
Put a curse on that plane. My sister's on that plane.
Oh
She
yeah.
ran off with some womo. She and then like
Womo.
she's like, and then Cher's like, I don't believe in superstition, but like she does obviously. And she's
Yeah.
like, I don't either.
They
And then
all do.
they just
They're
walked
all
away.
so superstitious. That's the only reason that Cher wasn't gonna get married again. She's like, you gotta get down on one knee, you gotta give me a ring because I have bad luck. So then he's like, I can't marry you, my mother will die. And so she takes the engagement ring off and she says, fine, gives it back the ring. And then Ronnie says, fine, if you're not gonna marry him, will you marry me? And she's like, well, where's the ring? And he's like, Johnny, can I have the ring? So then Johnny gives him the ring. And Ronnie proposes to Cher. She says yes. And then the mom says, do you love him? And she says, I love him awfully. And then the mom's like, oh, you're screwed. And then they all get together. They all cheers. Salud.
And then it goes, you spin my head right now.
Guys, this movie is so good.
But is it better than
The Ugly Truth. I don't
The
know.
Ugly Truth?
All right, let's just get to the ratings. We've been recording for way too long. All right, tropes. Ugly Truth tropes.
I mean, she's a journalist, works
Yeah.
in journalism.
I have workaholic single woman, with a single cat. I mean, with a cat.
Opposites
Opposites
attract.
Forced to be
Oh,
together.
wow.
Montage.
Yeah.
Salsa dance that turns into the make-out elevator scene.
It was a pretty tropey movie.
It's pretty tropey. All right.
Yeah.
We got a baseball scene. I feel like there's always a baseball.
I say
sports
it's more
game.
tropey. It's more tropey.
I would say it's more tropey. The Moonstruck does have New York City as the backdrop. They do have a slight makeover scene of herself. They have the forbidden love. I mean, that's definitely a trope.
Mhm.
You have a grand romantic, gesture kind of Donnie proposing at the end. It's not that grand, but he's a pretty outrageous person.
It's a gesture. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's grand romantic.
I would say their whole
It's like-
relationship is a grand romantic romance, but that's the romance category. I would say
It's like a general traditional tropes.
yeah.
Less like cheesy.
Yes, agreed.
Trope.
So I'm gonna have to rank for tropes. I'm gonna have to rank Ugly Truth higher for sure. But not.
I mean, there is a wooden hand, the classic rom-com trope of someone getting a hand
all
cut
I'm
off.
All I'm saying is Ugly Truth is higher, but Moonstruck definitely has some. It's not like the lowest amount of tropes that we've seen for sure. So
Like an 8 and a 6.
that's what I'm kind of leaning with. Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
All right, quality. Now, come on now. Quality, for quality, I didn't even write anything for Moonstruck. I just said 10. Quality for Ugly Truth, I wrote 2. I said this movie should be banned.
I don't know if it's a 2. I mean, Katherine Heigl and Gerard Butler are, well-known actors.
I won't give it a 2, but damn, this was a pretty bad movie. What do you think about
like
it?
a 5.
Like a 4. Think about all the other movies we've watched. I mean, this was just straight troublesome.
I mean, the only one we've given lower than that is 16 Candles.
I don't know how you could give The Ugly Truth a quality 5 when literally the point of the movie is to fake orgasms and to not be yourself, to fall in love. Be a different person.
We liked the salsa scene.
One fucking scene that was 2 minutes long.
We liked the elevator.
Okay, but that is not going to make up for all the problems throughout the whole movie.
We liked the Jello fighting.
I think it has to be. Come on. I can't even believe you would give it a 5.
Fine, a 4. It's not going to win anyways.
Hey.
Don't give that away. Okay, so what's the quality for
Oh my God.
Moonstruck? I mean, I'm saying 10, but I know you're not going to let me give it a
Look,
10.
you guys, once you revealed that it was supposed to be spoofy and making fun of itself, that won me over. It's a 10.
What?
You can say whatever you want. This is a free country.
Yeah.
Well, if it really is supposed to be making fun of itself, then it did its job.
Nothing is supposed to be anything.
I thought
Things
this
just
was a
are.
complete. I thought it was a serious movie going into it, and so that's why I was confused.
Well, it is a serious movie, but it makes it fun with comedy. But it's definitely serious meanings behind it all, I think. I mean, the moon, family, it's
That sex scene, that first sex scene was just crazy.
Yeah. Alright, 10 it is. So lightheartedness, Ugly Truth.
Nothing serious happens in it. It's got to be a high lighthearted.
I said the whole movie I was uncomfortable. How could I feel light from this movie?
I guess that's true.
I was so uncomfortable.
It's just nothing depressing happens.
Movies
they don't
in
really.
this make me.
They don't get. They never get really deep. Even when we try to get deeper, the fact that it's so
there legitimately was
shallow.
no fight in this movie. So I gave it a 5. I'm willing to move it up slightly, but it still was
5 for lighthearted.
Yeah. Because I was so uncomfortable the whole time that I did not enjoy it. But if your argument is that there was literally no argument within this, I will be willing to move it up.
There's no conflict,
6, 7, fine, 6 or 7.
Brian, what do you think?
I think it should be more than a 5.
Really?
Yeah, lightheartedness. I mean, what does that even mean, It's not like it's getting an Academy Award. It's lighthearted. It's the movies,
What would you
give
it?
It's like a skip in the park.
What would you give it?
Give it a Maybe 6.25.
Okay, we don't do 0.25s.
Let's do a 7, because I was gonna say like an 8.
Fine.
What? Okay.
What about 6.5? Since you
Okay.
both wanted it to be lower.
6.5. All right. Lightheartedness for Moonstruck.
I felt like it was kind of serious.
I'm torn because it was so funny to me, but they are dealing with serious things.
I mean, he's threatening to kill himself.
But it's
But
the
it's
most
comedic.
lighthearted and the least lighthearted at
Yes,
the same time.
100%. It was lighthearted that everyone's just like making a joke of
Yeah.
this. Like she runs and she sees the dad with the mistress, and they're like, "We're never talking about this again." Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like the whole thing was.
They're not
like,
lingering. It's not destroying them.
Yeah.
They're moving forward. They're handling stuff.
So how do you think it compares to The Ugly Truth?
This is the hardest decision of my life.
Yeah. No,
Guys, you can't let this movie destroy the podcast.
I know. I'm
You
worried it
can't,
might.
you can't break up over this.
All right. Well, okay. Everyone on the count of 3 is gonna say.
Oh, wait, hell.
You better man up, bro. Say what they want to give lightheartedness.
You better man up and give your score for this romantic comedy.
Yeah. Say the score for lightheartedness on the count of 3 that
For
they would
lightheartedness.
that they would give Moonstruck. Okay. 3. I have no clue
Okay,
what I'm gonna
count us
give. 3.
Me either, dude. This is
3,
impossible.
2, 1, 7.
6.5.
6.5 it is.
So 6.5.
Damn.
But
Alright.
but look.
He definitely waited
We
till
should
after
always
we
do
No,
said
I
that.
didn't. No, because I was thinking now we have to change the score for the other movie, right?
There are different types of lightheartedness. Let's leave it with that.
It's because The Ugly Truth has like it's lighthearted, but then it's like perverted.
Yeah, because you're so brain dead watching it that it's so
It's like-
lighthearted. Yeah.
Or like, is it lighthearted if it's that perverted?
Yeah.
What does lighthearted mean?
This-
Does it mean for kids?
Okay. You're confusing us too much.
No.
Okay, ready? Comedy for Ugly Truth. 2 is what I wrote. I wrote I
4?
didn't laugh.
Yeah, I'd have to go with like 2 or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Moonstruck. I laughed the whole time. I really, really did, guys. I put this as a 9. I said this is such a well done comedy. That She's
Yeah.
the Man is hilarious, but this is another type of elevated comedy. I'm laughing the whole time.
Again, I didn't know it was a comedy, so.
It's like a sugar cube in a champagne.
Yeah. Exactly. So I don't know. I'm confused with this too because
I was gonna say like a 7.
JC and I are laughing the whole time. Then we got Ash who's watching it, who's falling asleep and doesn't even know, missed the cue to laugh. What do we?
Maybe if they had like a sign that lit up that said like laugh when it was supposed
Maybe
to be
it
funny.
should just be like, this is for a certain.
Look, if I came in knowing it was like, maybe I need to rewatch it knowing what I know now. I was gonna say a 7. If you say a 10,
I
do
put
we
a
just meet in the
9.
middle.
I put a 9. Let's do an 8.
No.
8.
Okay.
Romance, Ugly Truth. You gotta be kidding me with this.
2.
I put 2. He only fell in love with her because she was with another guy, and he literally taught her to be a certain way. At the end, he tells her he loves her even though she's a psycho.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we saw any character development in them. Love should make you both better, people.
100%. You
Should
should
build-
grow.
should
You should
improve
help
you.
each other grow. 100%. Brian, 2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay. All right. Romance for Moonstruck.
I did think it was a romantic movie. It's like a love at first sight type of movie.
Love at first sight,
at first
but
interaction.
even beyond just their love, you have the parents coming back
Mm.
together.
Mm.
You see the love, the genuine love of Rita and Raymond and an uncle.
It's the tender late stage love that you don't see
Yes, that
as
you
much.
never capture.
It's
in a
not
movie.
glorified. It's
Mhm.
those little
Then
little
you
spark.
get the love of a family.
Tender.
The love of a family
Mm.
always being close together. I gave this a 9.
I was gonna say 9.
Yeah.
9 it is. All right. Ugly Truth 22.
Put us out of our misery.
The Ugly Truth is a 22.5. Moonstruck is a 39.5. I don't know if we've had as low as Ugly Truth before. 22.5.
Probably not.
in the
Well, it's also like going up against this movie.
I know.
It's gonna make it seem even
Humble.
worse.
Maybe 16 Candles. 16 Candles was a 12.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
That was bad. That was a bad one. So Moonstruck's moving forward, people, alright? Anyway, this has been too long. But before we go, okay, we want to do a little something special. Brian just got himself a new guitar. Can you please play us out while we do our intro? Don't forget to check out the bracket on our website. The link is in the description. We'll also be posting the final scores.
Send us your thoughts on this week's episode at thetropereport@gmail.com.
Or check out our Instagram and Twitter at The Trope Report, where we post quotes from each episode.
Next week, we'll be watching Just Go With It and When Harry Met Sally.
Thanks for joining us, bro, and giving us these sweet tunes.
It's a pleasure, yeah.
You need outro music. You just quit on us.
You already have my song that you play.
Okay, whatever. Until next time, keep it romantic.
Keep it romantic.